So since it's the holidays now, The Flash isn't returning back until January. I asked you guys to pick my brain about what could be going on with what happened in the mid-season finale. So let's talk about all the kind of questions with this Flash Q&A. What is up, speedsters? Welcome to a brand new Flash video. Now this is actually a Q&A video for the Flash, which I haven't done in the longest time, but I thought, you know, with the mid-season over, everyone having a shite ton of questions, I thought I'd ask you guys to ask me some at very, very short notice here. I only posted this around a couple of hours ago, so I've only gathered like the first 40 kind of comments and sorted through those. So I'm sorry, but I will probably do another one for all of those who may have asked the question afterwards. I'm filming this one pretty fast because I'm away for a couple of days as of like when this is going up. But anyway, with enough talking, let's get straight into question number one, and that is... I don't even know, let's find out. Okay, and that is from Rupert Movies, and you have to ask, Nora isn't Barry's daughter, is she? Or if she is, then she's his evil daughter. Now, a lot of these, as you can imagine, guys, are kind of what's going on with Nora, Thorn, blah, blah, blah. So, Rupert, Nora isn't Barry's daughter, is she? See, I truly believe that she is. This is one thing I've maintained throughout my thoughts throughout this whole season in every review. And I'll even talk about, is she evil, in a second. But Nora isn't Barry's daughter, is she? I think she is. She definitely 100% is Barry Allen's daughter and Iris's daughter. I'll hold my hands up if I'm wrong, if they pull out some major twist. But I think that she is. They've proven it in so many different ways with the bond she has with her father and the stories Papa Joe told her about her father growing up. And sure, you could say they made those things up, or she made those things up to like get close to the Flash. But no, honestly, I sincerely believe that she is family. Just it's a complicated family relationship now. Well, as of when they find out, I wholeheartedly don't believe she's being evil. I think she's just got way over her head, starting from what was an innocent thought of going back to see her father. But you know, now she's got way over her head with the Reverse Flash. But anyway, question 2 is from Brick NA 20, I don't know, but thank you for submitting your question, buddy. Is this going to be the last season? Very interesting. If it is, then how are we going to see him in the next crossover? I assume you're asking this about the Flash, since this is on the Flash, because I would expect maybe this on the Arrow question, but no, like I don't expect the Flash to be going anywhere. I expect the Flash to at least be going to 7 seasons like Arrow has, and who knows, Arrow might get another one. So is this going to be the last season? No. So if it is, then how is he going to be in the next crossover? I can't talk. He will be. Barry will be in the next crossover. How could he not? Jesus, like the crisis event is when he goes missing, so that is what it's all going to be about. Hope that helped you out there. The next question is from Ryan M, and he asked, Nora is innocent, right? Now, what do you mean by innocent? I guess you mean, is she not evil, I guess, like a lot of people are saying, because she's not innocent of everything. Like, she's not innocent of the fact that she is working with Eobard Thorn. I think they've made it quite obvious that Nora's portrayed that she knows exactly who Thorn is. It wasn't just like, oh, hey, Mr. Joe, like, can you help me to travel back in time and run with the Flash and everything like that, get to know my dad? It was definitely not unbeknownst to her. She knew who this guy is. For crying out loud, he's in a speed dampening suit in Ironhides. So she's not innocent of everything, but she is at her core innocent of what her motivations are, I think. That is wanting to go back, spend time with her father. This is why a lot of people I see are writing off Nora. So I've even been asked questions before this Q&A saying, you know, are you still a fan of Nora after the mid-season finale? I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, I am. It's just complicated. I think a lot of people are like, screw you, Nora, you betrayed Team Flash, blah, blah, blah. It's a lot more to it than that. But bottom line, Ryan, innocent, but complicated. Moving along to probably the next Nora question, and that is true. Infamous Candleface, what a username. Wait, so why is Nora talking to Thorn, and how do you think that Barry will find out? Well, so why is Nora talking to Thorn? I kind of been over that already, but like, essentially, growing up, they've made it very obvious that Nora hated the fact that her father wasn't there. She, from what we see even from the trailer, it appears that that little girl is her, and she's like reading comics and with a Flash action figure of her father. Like, that melts my heart even thinking about it. You have to think about her upbringing, a mother or a version of Iris, if you will, who never spoke about any of the details, like, and was kind of triggered all the time, for lack of a better word, from the way Nora made it seem. Even though Iris acknowledges that, she says she won't be like that. But either way, she's been so apart from her father that she's so desperate, and then she found out she had speed, and she is like her father. She felt like something's been missing her whole life. You can only imagine the motivation, you know, of now knowing you have the speed force, you could travel back in time. She probably was warned about that. But anyway, she probably will go to Thorn, and I can understand it from a vulnerable state, going to Thorn to get guidance on how to bring her father back. Now, you have to think about the intricacies here, and I know I'm going off on this one, but it is fascinating. What we did learn is that Nora didn't know that Eobard Thorn, the Reverse Flash, killed Nora Allen, her grandmother, Barry's mother. That is fascinating, because what they have spelled out for the audience is that, quite literally, is that the Flash Museum has glorified everything, left out all the nitty-gritty details of who's died, like Ronnie died in the Singularity, not mentioned. It was just mentioned that Barry saved the day, things like that. So that's why I think Nora is innocent, if you will, albeit that she's gone to visit the arch nemesis, but she just doesn't know any of the intricacies of how bad Eobard Thorn is. And also, you have to think, what if they chuck in the factor that Eobard Thorn was the curator of the Flash Museum or something like that, so she got to trust this guy before she found out who he was? I don't know. So many things, but sorry about the long-winded answer. How do I think Barry will find out? You have to think that this is linked to what Sherlock is looking into. They did not include the scene in episode 8, the mid-season finale for The Flash, not including Elseworlds. It was meant to be included that Sherlock takes his concerns about Nora to Iris. They didn't include that, so I'm guessing over 1 to 3 episodes, they will slowly unravel that and it'll become public. So I can't wait to see what happens. Next question is from the Bird's Nest. You think the Reverse Flash that's helping Nora will be the one in Crisis? So the Crisis on Infinite Earth story crossover that is jumping from 2024 to literally next year. This is where it gets so timey-wimey, man. Like, honestly, it is so hard to wrap your head around the Eobard Thorniness and who is who. Like, apparently, like, word has it that this Eobard Thorn in the future, in 2049, when we see Nora go towards him, run towards him and, you know, saying, oh, yeah, I've got a problem with you. That is the one that Barry let go at the end of Crisis on Earth X. Now, I did actually say that amongst another couple of possibilities, but I didn't say it with much gravity or weight to it. I just thought, oh, what if it's this? Like, if that is the case and this Eobard Thorn is from 2049, how did he get caught? Like, Barry, I'm guessing, is still missing in Crisis, or maybe he isn't because Oliver made a sacrifice. Who knows how this timey-wimey stuff is going to work? But anyway, back to your freaking question. This is what I mean. I digress so bad. You think the Reverse Flash that's helping Nora be the one in Crisis? I guess I don't see why not, because this is probably leading up to the whole fact that he's going to escape. That is ultimately why they're choosing to bring him back. He's not just going to stay behind Iron Heights, behind that like freaking glass wall, whatever it is. He is going to escape, so you'd have to think maybe he is going to also be involved in Crisis and also potentially played the Flash in the back half of the season. But I don't know. There's a little bit of food for thought for you. Bingo Boy asks, how much are you liking this season compared to all the other seasons, and what new villains do you want to see? So first of all, I am enjoying this season so much compared to especially last season. Now, season 1 I think is my favorite. Season 2 is more consistently like cool and good because season 1, excuse me, has got like a lot of you know, it's got like a little bit of those CW cringy kind of factors in it, but like I love the storyline of season 1. It's so good, whereas season 2 is a lot more serious vibe Zoom stuff. But I still prefer season 1 because of the Reverse Flash whole thing. There was like the best impression and hitting the ground running they could ever have made with the TV show. So like this latest season definitely I think beats season 3 for me. It definitely beats season 4 by a gobsmacking mile. Season 2, I don't know, I can't compare it to season 1 and 2 in terms of like longevity, you know. But you could say, why are you comparing it to season 3 and 4? I just know this is going to be better than season 4. I really didn't like season 4. I like the villain, blah blah blah. A lot of different issues there. Season 3 was really good, I thought, in certain ways. It lacked severely in others. Season 2 and 1 solid, obviously, but season 5 we're gonna have to wait and see. I think a lot of people are gonna come out of it with problems that time traveling is gonna create, but we're gonna have to wait and see there. But for now, accept the answer of better than season 4 and 3. But will it be caught in between 1 and 2? We'll have to wait and see. until the next Q&A, I suppose. So my next question is from Alejandro Rios, and he asks, do you think that we will see the Tornado Twins at the end of this season, since the Reverse Flash called Nora Dawn, why did I say it like that's weird, in the last episode? So, maybe. So what you point out there is a very interesting thing. That could have just been a cool fan servicey Easter egg, some are choosing to believe, but it also could be much more than that. So the way I look at this is, do I think that the Tornado Twins will be at the end of the season? It's possible. A lot of people were laughing at that, but the more that this season goes on, the more wormholes of possibilities that open up, since, you know, that is the original thing from the comics, right? I mean, it is Barry and Iris have twins, the Tornado Twins, not just one, called Nora, not even Dawn. But the fact that Eobard Thorn said Dawn, if I'm not mistaken, and then it's like, no, Nora kind of thing, that makes me think either time has been rewritten, so the reality that Eobard Thorn remembers there from knowing all kinds of things in the future knows that Barry and Iris have Dawn and Dawn Allen as kids, so that's why he naturally says Dawn, because the girl would be Dawn, it's not a guy, so that's why he assumed Dawn, if I'm not mistaken, right? But now, perhaps because reality has changed, because of whatever has changed, you could say a million different things. That is why there might only be one. That is why she might not be called Dawn, and she's called Nora. But there could be a whole other thing going on where she does have a twin, and they could be changing up still, and it could be Nora and Dawn Allen, and it could be twins, but two girls. It just keeps going, seriously. She could have wiped that version of her sister from existence. As I said, like, not including the Dawn storyline. I'm just talking strictly if the twins were just two girls. Or you could argue that everything that happens this season creates the Tornado Twins. It is super trippy, but I would say it's within the realms of possibility. Why not? Like, seriously. And the next question, funnily enough, from King in the clips is, do you think that Nora has a twin? So do I actually think she does? I now think more than ever she might, but I really am apprehensive about it. That's the only way I can put that. Next question's from The Flash, the Fast Reviewer Live. What do you think Reverse Flash gains for helping Nora? I kind of went over this earlier, but ultimately for him, he can, through Nora sending these messages like the timeline is malleable, blah, 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 back and forth, scannings, messages through Gideon and whatever, right? He is probably going to get the advantage out of making his permanence in the timeline, or just for now at least, because, you know, he got erased in season 1, but then somehow in Crisis on Earth X, through traveling through the Speed Force, he was somehow still alive. That guy escaped. That version of him escaped because Barry let him escape at the end of Crisis on Earth X. Apparently this, you know, 2049 Eobard behind bars is that version from Crisis on Earth X. So I'm guessing not only does he want to escape through helping Nora, but when he escapes, I think he wants to make sure he knows that, like, he's legit. Like, he's in the timeline. Mother effer, you have to stop me, just like how you tried to stop me in season 1. There's no other way about it. And that's, I think, what the Reverse Flash wants, just to be solidified in the timeline with no problem. Also, of course, like, through the malleable timeline clue that we got from Sherlock deciphering Nora's messages, maybe he wants to screw up the timeline a little bit in terms of how it could benefit him. Now, this question from mate JDBST, I may as well call this a Nora Q&A, but do you think Thorn learned about Nora through her and Barry going back in time to ask for his help? And also, do you think Thorn was the one who removed the meta dampening chip in Nora? So for the first one, this is really trippy. Do I think that Thorn learned about Nora through her and Barry going back in time to season 2 to ask for his help? So this is where it gets confusing for me, because is that Thorn hadn't been erased from existence yet? The Thorn in 2049 now is apparently the one Barry let go at the end of Crisis on Earth X, and that was a Thorn that was traveling apparently through the Speed Force as, you know, the Thorn that was getting erased from existence at the end of season 1 was happening. So that's why he was in Legends of Tomorrow trying to escape the time wraiths and stuff. You know what, it's so confusing, but, like, you could say that's a possibility. What wraps my brain in freaking knots is figuring out if that would actually be the case, because that's a neat idea, right? How, think about it, Barry and Nora going back in time would inform, oh, this Eobard of season 2, that Barry's daughter is Nora, not Dawn. This is the one. Right, I need to remember this for X amount of time later. Who knows? super trippy. I've tried my best to figure it out. Other than that, do I think it was Thorn who removed the meta dampening chip in Nora? I think it could be very well the one who told her about her speed, which is why she might have had immediate, I wouldn't say trust in him, but a confidence of sorts that he would be able to successfully, you know, link her up to her father in a way that wouldn't F up time completely. I like to think of it that way. That would be pretty neat if, yeah, it was him who told her about the tracking dampening chip, whatever, in her shoulder or wherever it was. But yeah, man, super duper weird questions today that really try and get you thinking. I guess we don't know until we know, and I guarantee it anyway, guys, with whatever reveal happens with a lot of the questions I've been asked today, there's still probably going to be plot holes in it that will ask similar questions. Like we've answered in today's video in many Q&As to come. But anyway, guys, I'm going to end the Q&A there. I know there wasn't a massive bunch of questions answered, but they were kind of long-winded answers because they're timey-wimey, bendy-wendy, trippy-whippy in my brain. I'm sure it gave you guys like a eye twister. But anyway, guys, if you like this Q&A, be sure to hit that like button as it really does show your support for the channel, and I really enjoyed making this video, so like it as well if you want to see more Q&As like this. For all of those of you who didn't get your question answered, I will be making another one, so don't worry. I will probably feature your questions from the same post in the next one, and I'll make another post as well. But other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching. Of course, subscribe if you're brand new, and obviously follow me on Twitter and everything like that in the links down below. But thank you so much for watching, guys. Hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you speedsters in the next Speed Force video. See you later, guys. Goodbye.